I can't believe I'm doing it in this class, but here is the lesson on how to do the virtual earthquake lab. Pages 259 to 263. First and foremost, click on this tab right here, and we're going to do pages 259 to 263 as a class. I'm just going to open it up into a separate window. So here is our lab. This lab it's a virtual lab explaining what's an earthquake, what are the waves, and what's a seismogram. This is a very, very simple, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very simple seismogram. It shows a couple of things. It shows the P waves. It shows the S waves, the distance between them, which is called the SP interval, as well as the height of the waves. The SP interval tells you how far away the earthquake's epicenter is. The amplitude tells you how strong or powerful the earthquake is. We're going to do both of those things in this lab. So if you can turn to page 259, if you have page 259, let me try and project, duplicate, page 259 is right here. What you see are some P waves, then they calm down, then you see some S waves, and then they calm down, and then you see your surface waves, and then the earthquake is over. You need to, on page 259, as we go through this lab, fill out this data table. If you don't have page 259, I would take a second right now and draw out that data table very, very quickly, please.
Yeah, or a pen? We will talk about that a lot, actually, just not today. Yep.
So, as we go through this lab, you're going to be able to fill out this data table. We are going to try and figure out, for these three stations, Eureka, California, Elko, Nevada, and Las Vegas, Nevada, we want to try and figure out the epicenters here. A couple more seconds. We're going to go back to the lab. All right, so this is a simulation. In class today, we're going to do the San Francisco area. Your homework, pages 265 to 266, is to do the other three regions. You can do it, Jackson. You can do it. I believe in you. So here's our map on our webpage. How do I get rid of this little thing? This. There you go. And here's this. So we're going to view some seismograms. These seismograms are on pages down here. So they're in your workbook. I believe it's like page 261. So we printed these out and put these in your workbook, page 261. What we need to do is we need to figure out the S to P interval. What is the distance between the first P wave and the first S wave? So you've got to look at the graph, guys, really carefully and see the first P wave and the first S wave. Look at that really closely, either up on the screen or in your workbook. Can someone tell me, when does the first P wave come through? At what time? At what time?
Zero.
At 0, okay. And what time does the first S wave come through? It's at about 50. 50 minus 0, our S and P interval is 50 seconds. That's for Eureka.
Where do you put that in?
Not yet. We're just on the table, yep. So if you go on the table, back up here, Eureka, S and P interval, 50 seconds. It goes right there. Goes right there. Okay. Here is Elko, Nevada. Here's our first P wave. Jackson, you're up close. What do we think our first P wave's at? It's at 0. Here's our S wave. What do we think the S wave, that first S wave, is at? Yeah, that looks like 72. So we're going to type 72 in the box there. And we're also going to put 72 in the box up here. So we put 50 in the website for Eureka. We put 72 in the website for Elko. Next, here's Las Vegas. Again, it starts at 0. What do we think the first S wave comes through at? What can we see? Yeah, it looks like about 64. And remember, a wave can either go up or down. It doesn't matter. So that wave comes through down at 64. 64 there. 64 right here for Las Vegas. Here's the great part. Convert these. You don't have to make a graph. You don't have to do anything. All you do is click this button. And this gives us 3 things. It's shown on page 260. But it gives us 3 things. It gives us an S wave curve. It gives us a P wave curve. But all we care about is this bottom one, the S and P, similar to what we did yesterday. Here is our S and P curve specific for this region. Eureka was 50, Elko was 72, Las Vegas was 64. Now we have to do what we did the other day and kind of trace it over and trace it down to figure out what those distances are. So if Eureka was 50, we follow over. It's about there is where it crosses the line. And we go down. And it's at about, 490, because each of those boxes represent 200. So I'm going to type 490 here. And I'm going to write in 490 on my worksheet. So Eureka, based on the S&P interval, is 490 kilometers away from the epicenter of the earthquake. That's good. That's good information. Back to the website. 72. Okay. 72. 72 is right here because each of those boxes is actually 1. 72. Somewhere like right here, a little bit past the line. So 700 or so. We'll type in 700 in the website. We will also write in 700. Elko is 700 kilometers away from the epicenter. Last but not least, Las Vegas, 64. 64 is right here. Crosses there. So that's about 600, 620, what, like 630? Something like that?
I thought it was 16.
Let's go with 6. That's fine. Well, because it's, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700. Yeah, but it's...
Oh, wait, is one thing to the right 20?
Yeah, one thing to the right is 20. So I think it is 630. I think it is 630. And then you'll go back to your worksheets and you'll fill in 630 right here. Find the epicenter. No compasses anymore, guys. Computer does it. If these numbers are all good, should be in good shape. Yes! Very close. Look at that. That's pretty good. Right there. Right there. Nope. It's way deep down in the earth. So I just zoomed in. There's our little triangle just south of San Francisco Bay. That's pretty good. You can draw that because if you go right here on our map, maybe put a star on your map where it is. I'll pull this up again. So there's the map, and you can on your worksheets just put a star. You don't have to draw the circles, but put stars where the epicenter is. Yeah, you don't have to draw the circles. The computer drew the circles for you. How well did you do? That's pretty good. Now we can cheat and view the true epicenter. Well, you can't get to this until you've done the first stuff. Here's what we guessed. Here are the actual distances. Here's what we guessed. Guys, we were pretty close. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So that is step one. Step one for your homework and for this is to figure out where the epicenter is. Does anyone have any questions? Pretty straightforward. You just kind of walk yourself through the website. All right. Excellent. Now we do the magnitude. So we need to go back to our worksheets, and we need to take this data that's in our worksheets and transfer it to this new data table. So we need to copy our distances from the epicenter from the first table into the first column of this table. So we need to copy the distances from this table, straight up transfer them here. Straight up transfer them there. Magnitude, ladies and gentlemen, magnitude is simply how powerful or how strong an earthquake is. How powerful or strong it is. The way we do that is by using this triple chart over here. We put a mark for the distance of the earthquake. We put a mark for the amplitude of the S wave, and then we draw a line going through it. You'll see. We're going to go back to our seismograms. Here's Eureka. We need to not now measure the S and P interval. We need to measure the height of the tallest S wave. The height of the tallest S wave. What do you think? 250, 260, 290? Yeah, 290. 290 millimeters. So we're going to write here, the maximum height for Eureka was 290.
29 centimeters.
29 centimeters. And then we need to, oh, I'm on the worksheet, I'm sorry. Go to our website, complete Richter magnitude. Go to next page. Go to next page. All right, so this one, Eureka, same thing. 290. 290. And then put it in this box. We can go to Elko. What's the maximum height of the biggest S wave? Like 60? 61 or something? 60? We'll go 60. That's fine. 60. Back on your worksheets. Max S wave for Elko was 60. You've already got the distances filled in. 60 right here in the middle. Go down to Vegas. Biggest one there, what is it, 100? From the middle, yeah, that's 100. 100. Go back, fill in 100. So what you want to do here is, what was Eureka's distance again? 490. So you'll put a dot on 490 on the first one. What was Eureka's maximum S wave? You'll put a dot on 290. And it's kind of hard. And then you will connect those dots. Do the same thing for Elko. Dot, dot, connect the dots. Same thing for Vegas. Dot, dot, connect the dots. So you should have 3 lines crisscrossing across that. Do that now.
Wait, does it go from 200 to 600?
Yeah, it's a logarithmic scale, so you've really got to be careful of how you do it, because 200 to 600, the middle of that's going to be what, 450, something like that? Use your best estimates. This is hard. It is a logarithmic scale, though. You're absolutely right, Dylan. If you don't have your worksheets, that's okay. But you should be drawing 3 crisscross lines. On the computer, it does it for you automatically. And this is what it should look like. This is based off our data. Here's the Eureka one. Here's the Elko. And here's the Vegas. And it tells us where all 3 of those lines cross the middle bar. That's the magnitude. So what is that, like 7.2? 7.1? Where they cross, yeah, that's about 7.15. That's the strength of this earthquake.
Wait, so we write in magnitude 7.1.
Well, no, for the worksheet, where that line crosses is what you write in for the magnitude. And where that Elko line crosses is what you write for the magnitude. Good question. Perfect. That means we did it right. You could have the same answer 3 times in a row, and that's great. That's great. Confirm our magnitude. Yes! Congratulations. You have done a great job. Oh, this is the fun part. Yeah, he's going to run for Senate.
It's the answer. You have to be on Alabama.
Nice! Take a picture of that. Show me on Tuesday. I'll throw some extra credit on it.
Oh, so we do all of them.
There's our guesses.
Wait, how do we get extra credit?
Take a picture of this, your certificate. Show me on Monday, Tuesday, and we'll give it to you. No, yours, not Dwayne Johnson's. I'm not giving you credit for the rock. I'm giving you credit for yours.
I did it.
I'm not giving you credit for the rock.
I did it on my phone.
Your homework is to simply finish Southern California, Japan, and
We
Mexico.
don't have to do San Francisco.
No, we just did San
Is
Francisco.
that the lab or?
That's the 265 to 266. But before you start that, ladies and gentlemen, I want you can work with a partner, that's fine, that doesn't bother me. Page 263 has to be turned in before the end of the day. Have a wonderful day.